YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video, and shout out to y'all. Shout out to the gang, to the people who are watching my videos, who are subscribed, who've got post noties on. Shout out to all of you who just watch my videos in general, man. Y'all are real ones, and I really mean that. You know, I gotta let y'all know all the time, y'all are real ones, and that I appreciate you, and it just makes me want to keep uploading. Yeah, man. But with that being said, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notice. You don't want to miss an upload. We got a lot of content coming out here shortly, so you want to be on the lookout and not missing out. Yeah, today we do have a new build I created myself. I want to start up kind of a series, not necessarily a series, but I do want to go through the legends. I haven't really made too many legend builds, so I kind of want to get through some of them, especially the really important ones, and that's what we got today. So I'm not gonna do too much talking. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. I created this build myself. The build is inspired by Magic Johnson. Of course, it's a big point forward, but we got position, point guard, height 6'7". Now, hear me out. I know Magic Johnson is 6'9", but you can't make a 6'9" point guard, and I wanted to make sure this build was at the point guard position. So we went with the tallest you can go, which was 6'7". Then we got weight, 210 pounds, wingspan, 7'1" wingspan. The build is an inside the arc playmaker. It's a fire build name. I really like it. And I think the attributes are pretty fire. Magic Johnson is a really good playmaker, as you all know, throwing crazy dimes. They didn't call him Magic for no reason. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hit continue and get right into the attributes. So up first, we got an 80 close shot. This upgrades with other attributes, and that attribute would be driving layup. Now we got the 90 driving layup, so we can get physical finisher on gold. You get aerial wizard. You're gonna get float game on gold and layup mix master. Now I was thinking I would either upgrade this to 93 or I would upgrade my mid-range shot. I didn't know which one yet, but we're gonna keep going because you guys know I make these builds cap breaker friendly. But this is one of the things I thought about putting my cap breakers on, and I'm gonna give you guys a lot of ideas on what you could do with this build. But remember, I'm not telling you guys to make this build exactly how I make it. You can take this build, use it as a template, and make it your own. Tweak it to your liking. Just make the build how you would like and how you'd like to play. But we got the 90 driving layup. I really like this. Magic Johnson was good at getting to the basket, drawing defenders out, and getting layups. He wasn't that good of a shooter, wasn't scoring from outside the arc or anything. He's just a huge playmaker and an inside finisher. So we got the 90 driving layup. We got 73 driving dunk. Now, one of the things they used to knock Magic Johnson for was that he wasn't that athletic, bro. So I didn't want to go too crazy with this because he was dunking the ball, but I think 73 is perfect. You're going to get posterizer still. You're going to get some good dunk animations, but you're not the best dunker. And I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is what I wanted to go with. Standing dunk, you got a 40. If you need 40 standing dunk for whatever reason, here you go. You know, y'all be mad when I don't put standing dunk, at least 40 standing dunk on a build. Here you go. Post control, we got a 60. Now, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Magic Johnson played out of the post. Magic Johnson just posted up. He didn't have any real post moves. He had a hook, but we got 80 close shots, so you'll be able to do that at least. But I didn't want to give him too much post control because he wasn't like this great post player. Now on to the shooting. We got an 86 mid-range. Magic Johnson probably was not that great of a shooter. He definitely wasn't that great of a shooter, but you still want this build to be serviceable. You want to be able to use this build in multiple game modes. So I had to give it something along with the driving layup. We went with the 86 mid-range. Now, for sure, this is one of the things I'm going to cap break. I would cap break this up 3 with my 5, and this will be 89. Reason why, it's going to get you set shot specialist on gold, making shooting just a little bit easier, especially catch and shoots, because to pair with this mid-range shot, you get a 73 pointer. Like I said, Magic Johnson wasn't that good of a 3-point shooter. He was a pure playmaker, wasn't really looking to shoot the 3 ball. You get a 70, not good. Going to be really hard to shoot with this build, but with the gold set shot specialist, it's going to make it just a little bit easier. So I was thinking about that whenever I put the 73 pointer. Now free throw, you get a 79. I was trying to go for 85, but I tried to make this build a little bit better, so we had to lower this to 79. You'll be able to knock him down for sure. On to the playmaking. This is Magic Johnson right here. You got a 96 pass accuracy. Now you're probably wondering, why didn't you go 99 or why didn't you go any higher? Because I'm going to cap break this up to 98. Now you could go 99 if you got the extra point if you want to, but I'm going 98. Reason being, that's going to get you Legend Dimer, it's going to get you Legend Break Starter, it's going to get you Versatile Visionary on Hall of Fame. The only thing you're not getting is Bailout Hall of Fame. So I really like this. Like I said, you're going to have 98 pass accuracy. You're going to get Legend badges and Hall of Fame badges for every playmaking. Every pass accuracy badge is going to be Legend or Hall of Fame. That's what I was going for. There's nothing more like Magic Johnson other than that. Now, ball handle. This is something you can kind of switch up if you would like. I went with this because I like this a little bit more, but we got a 90 ball handle. I wouldn't go lower than 85 if you were to make this build, just because you want to be able to get some good animations, and 85 is like the top where you'll be able to get really good animations before it starts to fall off. But I went with 90 because I wanted ankle assassin on silver and I wanted handles for days on gold. This was important to me. Had to make sure I had this, especially if you're going to be handling the ball a lot in every game mode. You want to have handles for days. You get strong handle on gold also, and you get unpluckable on silver. Now, this is one of those things I would probably try to take my tier 1 max plus 1 and put it here, but you could get away with silver unpluckable. You're going to get the 75 speed with ball to get silver lightning launch. Now, this is what I would rather have my tier 1 max plus 1 on, so you get gold lightning launch. You want to be able to take this badge up as high as possible. If you could get gold, it's going to make this build at 6'7", very, very versatile, very, very serviceable to handle the ball. Now, on to the defense. Anyone who knows Magic Johnson knows he was not known for his defense, bro. He was not a good defender. That was one of his biggest knocks, was that he didn't play defense, and he was a lot harder or a lot easier to get by when he's playing defense against like smaller guards. It's a lot easier for them to get by him. He just wasn't that good of a defender. So interior defense, we got a 55. I know. I wish this could be higher. You're 6'7" with a 7'1" wingspan. Your interior isn't that good, but you're still a pretty big build, so you'll be able to get some stops by playing hands up. Perimeter defense, we got a 74. You get all the bronze defensive badges. Like I said, he wasn't that great of a defender, but I wanted to give him something because you still want this build to be able to be used in the game mode. So we got a little bit of something. You're going to get every defensive badge on bronze, and then you get off-ball pest on silver. So I do like that. Steal, I went with the 60 so you can get interceptor. Now, you can take interceptor if you would like it, but in my honest opinion, I really went 60 just so you guys can see this build, and if you want interceptor, you can have it. But I would probably take this off completely and try to use those attribute points somewhere else. But for now, I do like the interceptor because you barely have any defense on this build. Now, block, we went to 68 to get high flying denier. Why? He was 6'9". He was able to block shots. I do like the high flying denier on this build, and you got no defense, so you got to have something. And having the most reliable badge on the game for cheap is perfect. I like it a lot. Now, on to the rebounding. You're going to get 60 offensive rebound, 45 defensive. Magic Johnson was a decent rebounder, but with how I was trying to make this build, I just couldn't go higher than 60. And with you being a point guard, 60 is more than enough. So I do like the rebound chaser and the box out beast. Now, on to the physicals. You're going to get 85 speed, above average. Magic Johnson was pretty fast to be 6'9". Then you get 80 agility. This is one of the knocks they had on him, was that he just wasn't that agile. So I like the 85 speed, the 80 agility. Still going to make the build really good and be able to use this build all over the court. Now, strength, we got a 75. Why did I go 75 strength? I wanted physical finisher on gold, and then I wanted strong handle also. I want the build to actually be able to be used. That's what I was going for. You want to be able to use this build and actually be able to score with this build if you need to. So that's what I was going for when I was making it. That's why I did the 75 strength, to make sure we got gold physical finisher. You got a high driving layup. With the physical finisher on gold, it's only going to make this build much, much better. Now, vertical, we got a 65. Like I said earlier, Magic Johnson just wasn't super athletic, wasn't a high flyer. So we went 65 vertical just so you could get the high flying denier, posterizer, and aerial wizard. Listen, I think for a point forward, especially a big point forward, this is a fire build. It's got really good attributes, got really good badges. I think it could be used in a lot of game modes. Let's hit continue and see what shades we get. So you're going to get shades of Tyrese Halliburton, LaMelo Ball, and Spencer Dinwiddie. For some reason, when I was making this build, I could not get Magic Johnson, bro. So these are literal perfect archetypes or shades of Magic Johnson. Tyrese Halliburton, LaMelo, and Dinwiddie are all types of Magic Johnson, you know, a real big playmaker. They're probably a little bit better scorers, LaMelo at least. Tyrese Halliburton is literally almost Magic Johnson. He's like today's Magic Johnson. Not as good yet, but if you were trying to make Magic Johnson, Tyrese Halliburton would be the closest thing to it. But you have built an inside the arc playmaker. I think this build is actually pretty fire. You can definitely use this build in multiple game modes, but you guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about the build. Is it fire or is it trash? And if you think it's trash, let me know why you think it's trash, and also let me know what you think you could change about this build to make it any better. I like it how it is. If I was going to make it, this is how I would make it. You guys let me know. And with that being said, grading this build from A to F on it being Magic Johnson, I have to stay true. I'm going to go A- just because I couldn't make him 6'9". If I can make the build 6'9" and still have the speed and all that and the ball handle, this build will be literally almost Magic Johnson. Now, grading this build from A to F on being able to use it in all game modes, I'm going to go in A. Now, hear me out. You could take this build to the ones. Shooting is going to be a little bit harder, but you will be able to shoot. You're going to be able to get to the rack. You're a big point guard. Now, on the twos, you're going to be able to play the one, and you're going to be a bigger point guard. Threes, you're going to be a perfect threes player. You could be the main point guard. You could throw dimes all over the court, and you're much bigger. You got a little bit of defense. And then fives, bro, this is the perfect point guard for fives. Like, no one can tell me different. You're big, you got high pass accuracy, you can still shoot the ball, you can shoot the midi, and you can finish at a high rate, play a little bit of defense. I like this build a lot. I think this build is pretty fire. Once again, you guys let me know how you feel about it. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video, I really, really appreciate you. You're a real one. And if you're here still and you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notices. It goes a long, long way. But I appreciate you all. We got more legend builds coming soon, so stay on the lookout. And that's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.